Hello everyone, welcome to the Matmadik channel. Today we will play a retro classic, Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior, on the the Super NES, the SNES. I'm Matthew from the UK and yeah, I play on controllers that look like this. And yes, I say SNES instead of the Super NES actually. So, I hope you enjoy this episode. And I'm going to do my best to use tips I've learned from the Expert Player's Handbook. This is a fantastic edition of a Street Fighter game guide from the UK for only £4.95, £4.95. And I live in Japan, by the way. I'm an English teacher with my brother here, and we're both gaming fans. We love Japan, and this is a classic artifact for the serious Street Fighter game. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. Alright. There we go. Now Ken is my guy, everyone. I give my best with Ken, and who's this straight off the bat? Blanca. I wish I had Ryu. Oh, by the way, I'm from the UK, in case you didn't know. We say Ryu, not Ryu. Whoa. Oh, mercy. There we go. Blanca's a bit of a boogeyman for me. Second only to Vega. In how much of a daddy longlegs he is. Oh, thank goodness. I seem to be catching my stride. So I gotta say, as far as this character is concerned, anything interesting I can say about him includes, well, I love the character made for him in the Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Raul Julia. Let me see. Where Charlie, Guile's friend in the Street Fighter story, was turned into Blanca by M. Bison's goons by injecting Mountain Dew into his skin and stuff like that. So that was cool. Next, speaking of Van Damme, here we go. Ken versus Guile right off the bat. This guy's also a bit of a Vega for me. And oh, not bad, it seems to be coming into my stride. Catching my stride. A Guile here. What about him? Guile is well, of course he has a brush for a head, but sorry. Ken vs. Guile reminds me of something quite interesting. There was a movie called City Hunter, based on a Japanese comic, played by Jackie Chan. And of course there was a scene where Jackie Chan had a hallucination that he was witnessing Street Fighter characters fighting each other. A gentleman called Gary Daniels, an Englishman, was playing Ken in Jackie Chan's hallucination, fought a person who Jackie Chan thought was Guile in his hallucination, and to me it was just hilarious. So I was just really thrilled by just seeing that scene, and it reminded me of it. Along with this fight here, Jackie Chan actually played E. Honda in his hallucination, and of course it was very much the same affair. Whoa. Let's see right here. By the way, if it seems particularly easy how I do this, I believe this game may be set to an easier mode. But you know, there's no shame in that. I suppose I've been quite rusty and I need all the help I can get. That's interesting things about E Honda. Well, you know that red paint on his face, well, that you can see, that is inspired by kabuki in Japan, a form of Japanese theatre where they exaggerate the expressions on actors' faces. And in this case, those red lines on his face, on E Honda's face, exaggerate blood vessels that are pulsating through his face to show how an intense a person he is. As we see, the actual blood in his face is of a different hue to indicate that he really has been clobbered by me. And finally, I'm facing my nemesis, Ryu. Alright, I work in Japan as an English teacher and I'm schooled every day as of how to say his name. Ryu! Yeah, I'm told every day. And even on this easier mode, Ryu just wants to land a punch in or two. Oh, I guess I deserve that. So, another interesting thing I could say about Ryu, alright, I'll call him Ryu a little bit, but Ryu is what I'll call him most of the time. Another interesting thing I can say about him is, well, oh man, he can kick me a little, couldn't kick when he's in the mood. No, sorry, the three main moves, in England we couldn't hear what he says, you know, everyone knows Hadouken, but when he throws a dragon punch, like that, it sounds like he's saying Hayuken. Of course, it's common knowledge now, he's saying Shoryuken. But the hurricane kick, well, I might as well not play around with demonstrating that. That hurricane kick, in England we thought they were saying something that resembled that sound, but the Japanese word for that hurricane kick is Tetsumaki Senbu Kyaku. Go figure. Alright, a bonus stage. There we go. I wonder how interesting it would be to watch an actual karate master or whatnot just smack down a whole stack of bricks. We all know about the karate trope of breaking up, a brick with your hand on something, but breaking a brick with your hand to pass a test or something. But a whole stack like that would be hilarious, of course. Ah, the big old bear. Zangief, as he's properly pronounced. You know, what does Zangief mean? I have a niece who has a Russian friend, and we've confirmed that Zangief in Russian means black man. There we go, which is very interesting because to me he's always been the white Mr. T. It's interesting he hasn't given me the spinning powder over yet. And I ought to defeat him with his great nemesis, fireballs. Those custard pies are just irresistible to him. You see his markings on his legs and his arms. I wonder, look remarkably like blood. I wonder if they are weeping scabs. Now, another thing about Zangief that is interesting, I'll call him Zangief for a second, for a moment, is that I found that the person who played Zangief in the Street Fighter movie with Raul Julia to be a perfect match. He looked exactly like him. A lot of people love to crucify that movie, but it's a guilty pleasure of mine and my brother in England. We just love that movie. It's so endearing. With Raul Julia, the brilliant performer. Well, the late Raul Julia. Alright, now time for Chun-Li. Now this takes me back to that Jackie Chan movie again, City Hunter, where Jackie Chan also played Chun-Li in his hallucination. That's hilarious. There's music here, if you want to go to China at least once. Oh my goodness. Give her a thumb up. Of course, Chun-Li's a classic crush for many of us gamers out there. Girls and boys alike. But yes. To mention, in the rap community world. In the rap community with songs like Chun-Li by Nicki Minaj. Well, good night, lady. So, yeah, that was fun. I'm going through this game quite quickly. It's really an odd feeling to play the game on an easier mode, because I usually have to fight quite a bit to survive. Is that tongue sticking out? Yeah, it looks like. Drinking away the tears. And lastly, the Indian Stretch Armstrong. Ken versus Dalsim is another throwback to that Jackie Chan movie City Hunter again. Jackie Chan fantasized this exact fight scenario. A perfect victory. You win! Perfect! The funniest thing about Street Fighter 2, you don't hear those classic sounds like perfect. I wonder when they began. They must have been Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I'd love to play some Ultra Fighter 2 when I get a chance. Whoa. Oh dear, it's wondering words. I'm yawning. Pausing the game is so hilarious. I forgot that it has that sound effect. I could turn off my heater right here, but as long as it's not bothering you, I think I'll just get through. Just be aware I may yawn here and there because with the heater on in my place, well, I get quite comfortable and I start yawning. But let's just get cracking. No need to know about that. 3, 2, 1. It's funny, at work, I have a few co-workers who love yoga, and I just did some the other day. And the thing is, the ladies who do yoga with me, oh dear, they don't tend to know much about games. See Dalsim's leg right here just reminded me of the position I took in yoga the other day. But that's not general knowledge, so let's just leave that out of this, shall we? Who's next? Alright, now I'm on to the big three. Balrog, Vega, and Sagat. Of course, in Japan, Balrog is Mike Tyson. I mean, M. Bison, based on Mike Tyson. Oh, he jumps. This guy was supposed to be worse than Zangief. He just walks right into your fireballs. Can't resist the taste of the custard pies. Nin Hall. Sorry, I was just observing there. I told you when the heat radiator's on, I'll be yawning quite a bit. But yeah, I thought I'd take a moment to read the writing in this stage for a change. M. Bison, Balrogs. Boy, I've been playing this game in Japan quite a bit. Well, not this particular game, but Street Fighter. Balrog's hairline is so hilarious and it makes me feel sorry for the poor gentleman who played Balrog in the Street Fighter movie with Raul Julia. Another classic, I tell you. Wait, when I say another classic, it's not as though I was talking about another movie earlier. Sorry everyone, I'm talking about nonsense because I'm so warm with this radiator in my room. It's got me half asleep. It's got me feeling quite sleepy. Okay, let's see. I haven't done this on a stage in a while. That's a hilarious background. That might as well be a frozen lake. Hope I can take this thing out before the time runs out. Come on. Come on. Oh, baloney. What a hilarious image to illustrate that one is miffed over losing. Vega. This hilarious Daddy Longlegs. Let me see if I can beat him. Or Dragonfly, I should call it. Ugh. Ooh. Oh, okay. Even on an easy one, Vega is proving to be a nemesis and a half. Yes! Thank goodness for the easier modes. I don't think I would have defeated him without maybe 10 attempts. For some reason he's a character I just haven't gotten my navigation around. Oh yeah, now going back to movie references. The Street Fighter movie with Raul Julia. What about it? Blast. The man who plays Vega, he appears not to say a word. So if anybody knows anything about this piece of trivia, whew, he took me to pieces. If anyone knows anything about this piece of trivia, please tell me if the dude who plays Vega in the Street Fighter movie actually speaks English. Okay, let's have another go taking them out. I gotta say, he's a great contender, Vega. He makes me have to get serious. Yes! Got him. Alright, so there you have it, everyone. Finally cracked the mask of that psychopath and bent the prongs of his stabbing weapon. Ah! The last of the Mohicans, of course. Again, a reference to the Street Fighter movie with Raul Julia. Ah! What this dude doesn't play is hilarious and lanky as he is. Hey girl! Of course, he has a tiger uppercut because he does not have an ordinary uppercut. Oh yeah. Oh good. Good thing my combo kicked in just in time. I tell you, Saga. Sorry everyone, it's so hot in here. Ah! I started both rounds the same, sitting on a tiger shockwave. Go away, bro. That lovely scar on his chest. Of course, most people know that he got his scar on his chest from Ryu, giving him a good old punch up his chest in the Street Fighter movie. I don't know how he lost his eye though. Can anyone tell me that in the trivia comments? Alright, mister, it's time for the big boss himself, Raul Julia, who is apparently from Thailand. Alright, M. Bison. Here we go. Ah! He's another daddy long legs. He's all over you from the sky. Good job. I wonder what the story is behind Bison. What's with that? Well, he's a general, of course. The game's got a bit of lag on it. Good night, Bison. Well, I wanted to finish him with a Dragon Punch. Sure you can, but it turns out it was a Hadouken that's put him to sleep. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm glad I got to the end. Let's have a look at Ken's ending. Congratulations. Why don't you try a harder difficulty level? Ah, why don't you try the harder difficulty level? Wow, that's an insult, isn't it? After all that, I was proud that I got all the way through this game for all of you. But the game said, "What, you a weakling?" Effectively. Alright, can I at least get an ending sequence for Ken, please? Congratulations, presented by Capcom. Alright, what's next? Come on. No ending sequence? Is that a punishment for not completing it on a harder difficulty? It looks like it. Everyone, I'm so sorry. I really wish I did it on hard mode to take you to the ending, but you know, I just need some practice. But everyone, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time. Peace.